What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half of the name of Joe Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, guys?
And we are recapping NXT Heatwave. Overall, what did you think of the show?
It was a really good show, for the most part. Definitely had some ups and downs.
Yes, definitely. So I just want to point out that I know when we were giving our predictions, we thought this was on the main card, the tag team match between Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace taking on JC Jane and Jasmine. It was not. It was on the pre-show. Picking up the win on that was Carmen and Ariana. They now have a match coming Tuesday to see who is the better of the two, as we did see later on in the show. So
that was entertaining.
That's
because I watched Ariana. We watched Ariana legit contradict herself.
That doesn't surprise me, considering who her father is.
He was never contradictory to himself.
Just everything around him.
Fair, but he was also a lot more entertaining.
Lord, was he. Alright, would you like to get us started, or shall I?
I will start us off.
Alright.
So, on this card of 5 matches, all being title matches, we open up with the NXT North American Championship. Oba Femi defending against Wes Lee. This was a really good match. Pretty decent back and forth. Oba Femi was able to take the early emotional onslaught brought to him by Wes. Mm-hmm. And then proceeded to dominate a really good chunk of the match.
Yes, he did.
Before Lee was able to
kind of get some momentum under.
Get some momentum, use his speed to his small side speed to his advantage. And was able to actually hit a lot of key moments within this match.
Yeah, definitely. I think Wes Lee did a really good job at, when he had the opportunity to, he had a really good job of grounding, not necessarily grounding, but grounding Oba Femi. You can't really, get the big man down.
I get what you mean. Not necessarily get him down, but definitely able to,
kind of make him stutter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say definitely hit that momentary pause.
Yeah, definitely.
At key points in the match that really benefited him. Stipulation going into this match was Wes Lee loses. He can no longer challenge for the NXT North American Championship as long as Oba is champion, much like Seth Rollins, Money in the Bank versus Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. Going into the closing moments, we're able to see him hit a few cardiac kicks.
Yes.
And then we had two who he kind of stopped or slowed down.
Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like he got all the momentum coming
that
off
he
the ropes.
needed. I don't know if it was maybe due to injury, because very likely, considering he took some pretty nasty bumps, and Oba was not necessarily a giant this match. No, but you got the bounce off the ropes, go for the flip. Oba is able to stop him, reverse, power bomb, walking away still NXT North American Champion, Oba Femi.
And your grade on this one?
I gave it a B.
Okay. I know we were talking, you had mentioned the one between Seth Rollins and Damian Priest, which we had talked about on our pre-show or our post-show for Money in the Bank. I do want to point out, now that, we have watched Monday Night Raw, that it has been confirmed that was the stipulation that was put into place. Seth was no longer able to go for the title. However, Damian Priest being Damian, he's Drew kind of came into this.
Due to the other factors,
yes,
that played into the match, and I'm sure just the mutual respect.
Challenge for it after SummerSlam.
He was let me get through Gunther at SummerSlam, and then you can be first in line for another opportunity, so we can go one-on-one and have a fair match.
I gotta say, I absolutely love that about Damian.
I do love that he has enough respect for his fellow competitor and for the business to really,
give him that other chance.
Give him another. But all right, take us into match numero dos.
NXT Women's North American Championship. Kelani Jordan goes against Ruca. This match, I gotta say, was kind of a snoozer. There's no memorable moments in this match, unfortunately, and that's sad to say because both of these women are amazing competitors in their own rights. But for this match, it just kind of seemed like any hit, any move was just really dimmed down.
There wasn't a lot of excitement. There wasn't a lot of enthusiasm. I will give it this. Both women were able to showcase a lot of their athleticism.
Yes.
But, Jesus Christ, was this match boring.
I think, and me and you said it when we were watching, and it was actually, from you. So, you had said, if you do this as a actual technical wrestling match, it's beautiful. If you do it from an entertainment standpoint, it's garbage. No, it was tight.
There was nothing entertaining about it. Like I said, these women being able to showcase their athleticism is what kind of saved this match. Otherwise, you really got nothing here.
No. So that's unfortunate for, again, the women
this
that were in this match.
This was definitely the potty break match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
it's very sad that it came that early.
Unfortunate for these two women. But because they are great women in their own rights, but I don't see their styles clashing.
They're
really well.
The thing is, they're too similar, and when you put two similar or like-styled competitors against each other, you're not getting the contrast.
No.
And one thing about pro wrestling that we the fans love is that contrast in style to really help tell the story for a match. They got none of that.
No. Picking up the win, retaining her championship, Kelani Jordan, and your grade for this one?
D+.
B+?
D+.
D+. D+. Okay. That's
D as in dinosaur.
I want to point out that when I look at this card, I called the entire match order.
You did.
Aside from adding in the kickoff match, I called the entire match order.
You did.
Which was a little creepy, but at the same time, I kind of figured this is how they were going.
It's not hard for you to do when it comes to WWE and NXT.
No, but a certain other show that we cover is hardest thing in the world.
We're not talking about them right now. Shut up.
All right, our next match. Please take us into our next match, Brother Pyro.
Tag team titles are on the line. Nathan Frazer and Axiom defend against Chase You. This was a fun match because you got to see, again, contrasting styles. The big guy that is Duke Hudson. Why did I space on his name for a second? You got the technician that is Andre Chase, and then you have two really speedy boys.
Speedy boys.
In Axiom and Nathan Frazer, who have done a really good job of being tag team champions, might I add.
They are, although I don't like
They've been very entertaining.
Nathan Frazer's head isn't always in the game.
Yeah, nope, and they alluded to that a lot on commentary of, is his head all the way there? Is he fully focused on the task at hand?
Did you hear on commentary for this match that Nathan Frazer actually was very late to the show, so Axiom thought that he was going to have to go into this as a handicap match?
I thought I heard that, but I wasn't entirely sure that I heard it correctly.
Yeah, he arrived like 10 minutes into the end of the pre-show.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, come on, be punctual. You almost let your partner down. And, you're probably in trouble with Shawn for that one. Then again, Michaels really doesn't have much of a leg to stand on. That man was all over the place during his career. But anywho.
Into the match.
Great match. A lot of storytelling. A lot of real false finishes that really helped elevate what this meant to both teams. You had Chase U, their student section. You had Thea and Riley out there cheering them on, waving the Chase U flag. Unfortunately for them, they did inevitably fall short. Axiom and Frazer pick up the win, retaining their tag titles. So I'm going to ask you, who do you think is next in line?
We have that big, 6 or 8 man tag match that's coming up.
Those are 2 different tag team matches.
Those are two different tag
Two different tag team matches.
I thought it was all going like 1-1 and 1-1.
Two different tag team matches.
I could see them doing kind of what we saw recently on the main roster and doing a gauntlet.
Well, that's how we got here in the first place.
Well, yeah. I know it's kind of been another thing, we do it main roster, we do it here. I could see another gauntlet match. I could see a battle royal for it. We've seen that on the main roster a couple times. But I don't think that there's any credible tag teams at this moment that would go for the titles. All the other tag teams, it's unfortunate to say it like this, but all the other tag teams are in their own storylines right now.
You're right. They're all locked into
storylines that don't pertain to the titles.
Yeah. And
the only other ones that I could see trying to fight for a chance at this is if you give it back as a chance to the OC.
And even then, they're locked into something with OTM. Mm-hmm. And that's shifting focus from the tag title picture.
Yep. And then you also have Gallus going into it with the other boys that are...
I don't remember their names, but...
I don't either.
Again, that's shifting focus from...
Yep.
I think the only guys you have are, I just learned his name. He's with the D'Angelo family.
Oh, yeah, the Stacks and... I can't remember his name. I never even...
I want to say it was like Luca Risco?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
The other person in the Don family. Let's just go with that.
Culture, where are you when I need you? Because you are the only one here that actually remembers his name. But, Tony D's, focused on the Heritage Cup, and I get having your boys back.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see them being look, you have success. I think we
bring this to the
we need to bring this back to the family. Mm-hmm. Like we had it. You and me, Stacks and Tony D. Because I think it's time for the family to really show we run NXT. If you're the Don and we're your right
boys.
hand.
Your boys, yeah.
How are we not helping you elevate the product, elevate the show that we are all on?
I agree. I would love to see.
I wouldn't mind seeing Rizzo in action a little more. Maybe NXT North American Women's Championship at some point. I'm just saying, throwing it out there, please.
I would say
Rizzo's actually really entertaining, and it saddens me that she doesn't get a lot of time to shine.
I think she's more, manager role, but I do agree that she is entertaining in the ring. I'd like to see her get her, feet kind of wet in the water with winning eventually the NXT Women's North American Championship. And then, once they give that big push to Tony D for the NXT Championship, you bump her up to that.
Like I said, and then
you have them all holding the gold.
You give the D'Angelo family the right to call themselves the Dons and the runners.
The family of NXT, more or less. No, I totally agree. I do see that they would make a complete, credible.
I think that would be really fun to see them all
with
with gold at some point, maybe overlapping each other.
That'd be great.
I'm not saying, Stacks and what's his name as singles champion, but, give him a tag team run.
Yeah, definitely.
Let Tony D be the singles guy. Mm-hmm. Or you have your tag team, and then you have your women's.
And even if you lose the tag team, or you could even double it up, kind of like how we've had a previous faction do, the Undisputed Era. You kind of double it up. You also have that Stacks could be North American champion.
Yeah.
At one point. And the tag team, they could hold all of it, but again, like you said, who's to say that they overlap for each other for long?
Right, even a small one, but again, just give me
overlap for a little.
Give them all a little something to hold on to, because I feel like with them so focused on Tony D's,
Heritage
Cup run, they're kind of forgetting about the other three.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think
so.
That
I would like to see them next in line
to the tag team picture. Yeah,
I would like to see them next in line for Frazer and Axiom, but like you like to say, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And you're great for this match.
I gave it a B. Okay. I genuinely think overall match was good. However, I think one, the finish was a little rushed, and two, I think Andre Chase should have picked up the win.
Yeah.
Or Chase, you should have picked up the win.
Chase, you in general, yeah.
With Nathan Frazer, being the one to take the pin. And
because
then
him not being focused, yeah.
Exactly. And then him and Axiom, you get that moment backstage, like, dude, see, this is why I needed you to be here on time, needed your head in the game,
yeah.
You play into that story of, Frazer's not all for the team. A little bit of
cracks in the break, yeah.
Because, remember, they did start off as rivals before becoming a tag team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think they were, they were going after the Heritage Cup, or it was...
Frazer's been going after the Heritage Cup.
Yeah. All right, going into our...
Before we get into our next match, we did get a small vignette and a little video package. Mm-hmm. So post-match, Wes Lee sitting in the back.
Oh, yes.
They had showed, a video of him sitting in the back, kind of sulking about his loss earlier in the night, and they had asked him what's next. He said he would address that on NXT this Tuesday.
But he didn't sound happy.
But he definitely, something definitely seemed off. Are we potentially looking at, a heel change?
I would say heel turn, definitely.
Oh, I've never...
I don't think he's going to leave.
No.
I think
but he definitely
could take a hiatus, and
he just came back.
I think we take a hiatus for a month. Oba finds somebody else that's challenging for the title. Title gets taken off of Oba because we know that he's starting to be moved to the main event picture. And then once the title's on somebody that we know Wes Lee can take it off of, he returns, heel turn, and Wes Lee wins the title.
This will be interesting because I've been following Wes since before NXT. Mm-hmm. I'd be excited to see him as a heel because he's never really been that.
Oh, okay. So this will kind of be a first time thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, part of me is like, is that really what I want? Is that really what I want to see? I guess we'd have to see how it plays out.
Dip our toes in the water, more or less.
Because we never know if something is good or bad or if it's gonna work unless we try it out.
Yeah, definitely.
But alright.
I think, once you take him out for that month, you kind of do a little bit in the back of hey, how could you sound as a heel? You always talk about bringing those promo schools back, and this way you can really test it and be like, hey, how do you sound as a heel? How do you work as a heel? What heel tactics are you going to use?
Right.
Because then that way, if you're believable and credible to the people in the back in the Performance Center, you could be believable and credible to the fans. I mean, these are what people that were originally fans that are being brought in to train. Yeah. So if you're credible to them, you're credible to the others.
Yeah.
Right? All right, into our next match. NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez defends against Lola Vice. I do want to point out with this match that for a majority of it, Roxanne was very weak.
And I said that, and as soon as I said that, you already disagree with me.
No. I agreed. It was the way you had vocalized your words. They did make Lola look very, very strong. But they didn't overly weaken Roxanne to how you were saying it. And then we get a moment on the outside of the ring, kind of midway through the match, where Lola goes to hit that spinning back fist, and Roxanne ducks it, and she injures her hand on one of the ring posts.
Yeah, she smacked her wrist. Ooh.
Yeah. To the point where even the slightest movement of the arm hurt.
I do like that they gave Roxanne post that moment the chance to really play into that heel gimmick, which I felt has been lackluster. And you saw it, I saw it, you pointed it out to me, dude, they're giving her the chance to really play heel. And, attack the injury, attack the injury.
And she did a great job at that. She stayed on that injury no matter what Lola had been doing. Now Lola can't use that one move that was...
Her spinning back elbow.
Her spinning back elbow.
Or her spinning back fist, whatever.
She couldn't use it anymore. So she had to rely on her less dominant hand and her feet. Can't do much with your feet.
I mean, if you're Lola Vice, you kind of can.
I mean, the kicks, yes, but
at the
that
same
still
time,
didn't do much for Roxanne. Anytime that Lola did get the upper hand, which was very, very, here and there after the injury, Roxanne exploited that injury more. which was absolutely beautiful. Tapping into that heel mentality. I do want to point out that I give my flowers to Lola because it took 5 pop rocks.
I feel like those last 4 were just a bit excessive. I think she would have been okay after the 2. So, a total of 3.
Because we did 1.
We got the 1 earlier.
That was a kick out. We got the 2. That was a kick out. So then 3, 4, and 5 were all stay the hell down.
I'm just saying, I feel like that was a bit overkill in terms of not necessarily her deliverance, but the way they chose to book that.
One right after the other, after the other.
After the other.
Cody does 3 different crossroads.
Okay, but look at who he's usually taking on. He's usually taking on Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa.
And if you think about the weight distribution, that's Roxanne to Lola. That's a bigger opponent that she knows she needs to dig deeper and have more in her arsenal, more of her finisher to take over and to take out. I'm not wrong.
You're not. I can see where you're coming from, but again, I just think it was a bit much.
Well, retaining her championship, much to your demise, Roxanne Perez. So far, not a single title has changed hands. Which
I feel is the wrong move. Especially because...
Chase, you should have. Totally.
Chase, you should have, and I'm sorry, but Lola should have. What was the point in her... What was the point in the build-up, the way they have been booking her?
I just think this helps solidify Roxanne being a heel a little bit more.
And what was the point in the Underground win if you weren't going to build it to something bigger?
I don't know. Your grade?
B+.
Okay.
Because again, good match for the most part, wrong finish.
Alright. And our main event, good sir.
Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, and Shawn Spears all vying for an opportunity at greatness. The NXT Championship. The NXT Heat title being defended by a Mr. Trick Williams. This match started exactly how I thought it would.
Car crash.
Yes, 4 men, all want the same goal, different styles, which made me really happy. And again, the lengths that these men were willing to go to make this work, to make this happen, to achieve
that goal,
to grab that brass ring. Great match. Great match. You told a lot of stories here. You got to further the Ethan Page Trick storyline and their rivalry. You got to see Shawn Spears you got to work with Shawn Spears a little bit. You got to see what Javon was capable of.
My boy Bouncy!
A lot of respect gained from me to him. I know I said if he won, which he didn't. So, spoiler alert, guys, I will get to the actual winner in a bit. Javon may not have won, but he definitely impressed the hell out of me, so I will give those flowers where they are due. I know the deal was I give him the flowers if he gets the win, but I can't ignore...
I mean, you did say that...
I can't ignore that he was one hell of a competitor.
I mean, you did say that you did think that he was going to kind of come in, show up.
I knew he was going to show up and show out. I didn't think it would be to that magnitude.
You even agreed with me on one thing.
I'll get there.
Okay.
I will get there.
You'll get there? We'll get there. I will let you have that.
But you got to see, like I said, you got to see a lot of these guys. Trick really had to dig deep.
Yeah.
To defend this title. It meant, clashing with his boy at one point.
Yeah.
One-on-one. And again...
I'm surprised they didn't play more into the Javon and Trick going one-on-one, because that lasted maybe a minute or two before it was deterred away.
But I'm kind of okay with it.
I mean,
you got to see it.
It was just a little flash.
It was a quick flash, but I think that's all they really needed.
I would have been okay with just a little more than a flash.
You got to see, Shawn and Paige go at it.
And
a little
work
bit
on the same side.
And work on the same side, but you can say the same thing about Trick and Javon.
Oh, that was a lot more than just a flash, though. Yeah.
And that I really enjoyed because our bouncy boy going into deeper and deeper into the match and seeing, first off, the stamina that these men have. Granted, it was only like a 24, 25 minute match. I think we could have benefited from an extra like 3 to 5 minutes.
I agree.
Nothing more. I think we could have benefited from that.
Yeah.
But overall, I think as we got later into the match, you got to see a lot of these guys really, like, go at it and still give it their... Because the fact that they started up here...
Yeah.
And they pretty much kept it level. There wasn't really...
Yeah, they started at 10, they stayed at 10.
They maybe dipped to, like, a 9, but, like, it was right back to a 10. Like, it never really dropped to then come back up.
Yeah, like,
it was a consistent match
about this
through and through. So I appreciate that. I love that. That is what I want to see more of as a wrestling fan.
Yeah, definitely.
But going into the last few minutes, Javon really showed why he was low-key MVP of this match. He really carried the workload for those last, like, 5-ish minutes.
Thank you.
And for that, I am forever grateful, because you know what? I did have my doubts of what kind of star this guy would be. I think they've proven they have the faith in him to build him.
I want to point out something, and it's something on commentary. Hearing you say that, and because you didn't know how this man was going to be, and I did point this out too, hearing it on commentary, he just turned 20 about 2 months ago. He's only been with the company 3 months. So for him to not only get this number 1 contendership, but then to get that from you, yeah.
The fact that he was legit thrown through a table from the ring, by the way, by Trick.
On accident. I don't think he realized.
I think he went for the reversal.
Yeah.
Like to, hey,
you could see in Trick's face it was
he was like, I did not intend for that to be the side effect, but I'm not going to complain.
I didn't intend for that to be you.
Back to trying to save my title and keep my reign going.
Yeah, definitely.
So again, great match. The resiliency by all 4 men is top notch. The stamina through and through, top notch. I wonder how Javon's back is feeling, because that trust fall off the top rope to be met with a steel chair, I know did not feel good. That was
Oofda.
Oof. I winced at that one. Ultimately picking up the win after the trick shot is hit twice. Because it was once on Javon.
Yes.
It was then hit once on Ethan Page, who knocked Shawn Spears off the ring apron.
Yes.
Ethan falls into the cover on Javon. And Shawn Spears, you're a dumbass. I know this is supposed to be a family show, kid friendly, but he was a moron, because Trick, as soon as he hit it and Ethan noticed Ethan fell into the cover, instead of letting Trick, break up the pin, Shawn Spears pulls him out the ring. 1, 2, 3, your new NXT champion, all ego, Ethan Page.
I'll give you your flowers on the fact that All Ego won. However, I dislike the way he did win, because Shawn Spears, you were dumbass.
Oh no, I definitely feel like the win definitely can have an asterisk by it.
Yeah.
And I want to point out, I want to see this continue, that feud with Trick, because Ethan Page and Trick's feud, as short-lived as it has been so far, has been really good.
Mm-hmm. It has been. I'll agree with you.
And I feel like Trick would have a case at, a rematch.
Give me a title shot.
Like, good and well, you wouldn't have gotten that pin if I didn't hit you with my finisher and you didn't fall into it. And also, if Shawn Spears didn't pull me out the ring, I would have been there to break it up. Because he literally, all he had to do was reach like a half inch. And that pin would have been...
we had Javon saving a pin earlier with Trick, putting his foot on the ropes.
And then just holding it. It's the fact that he was he pulled him kind of out of it and was able to disturb it. That's what I'm saying. That would have been Trick's moment to save it if Shawn Spears wouldn't have So, like...
Stupid.
I'll take those flowers, but at the same time, I'm gonna kind of...
They're half dead. It's okay.
Because, you know what? Ethan Page isn't champion without Shawn Spears not thinking the situation completely through because he screwed himself.
Again, here's your flowers. They're half dead, though. There's your asterisks. But let's talk closing moments of the show.
Closing moments of the show, we get, Ethan Page announced as winner. He's having his little moment. And then on to the best part of the close. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry's face on the Titantron.
And then we go black.
The fact that is probably one of the most over men in NXT right now, and he's not even part of the company, makes me laugh.
What was your grade for this match?
It was an A match.
Yeah?
It was definitely an A match.
Okay. And kind of an overall grade for Heatwave?
Overall grade, I'd give it a B.
Okay. Alright. And so you see this feud kind of continuing. Do you see all four men continuing in this feud?
No.
Or do you see just kind of it being...
I kind of see it still being just Ethan and Trick for a little while.
Shawn Spears is going to enter himself into that.
Figure out a way to enter himself. And then I feel like Javon later on comes back in like, hey... Like, I feel like we're going to get a little bit of each of them, like, trying to, hey, this is where, like, this match was, XYZ for them or whatever. Try to plead a case.
Yeah. I don't think Ava's going to give it to all of them at once.
Not again, anyway.
It'll be 1, 2, 3.
But it'd be like, hey, triple threat match, number one contender.
Yeah.
Or, this time, it will for sure be one-on-one. Regardless, like, winner of this match gets that fair one-on-one match.
Yeah,
bing, bang, boom,
no
end
interference type Jack. Okay.
But I can definitely see this being a case for why they build Javon into some kind of title picture, some kind of credibility, because again, 3 months with the company, 2 months removed from turning a fresh 20 years old. Bro's not even old enough to go have a beer with the rest of the guys in the back after one hell of a performance. I think he deserves one.
Yeah, definitely.
So I definitely see them doing something with him, because you don't let him have this kind of performance and just kill him dead in the water.
Yeah, no. I think they're a lot better at, hey, I want to build something off of you than most companies are when it comes to younger talent. Yeah. So
I definitely want to see Javon continue to progress forward. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind like a plateau.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a continuous rise, but where he's at right now.
Let's
a little plateau for a little bit, but like keep him relevant, keep him going, instead of nosedive.
Yeah, no.
Like, because that would suck.
It would really suck. I'd hate to see him just kind of fade into obscurity.
Yeah, but again, I think all four men again did really well. I think they can all continue to be really big stars if done properly.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, that concludes NXT Heatwave. Brother Pyro, when do we come back to them?
August 3rd, we get SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer.
All right, and I am very, very excited for that one. As always, that is our big four, so we will have guests on that one.
There we go.
And then after that, I believe it is our Bash in Berlin, is it not?
It is actually going to be All In, then Bash in Berlin.
Oh, okay. I don't know, my calendar's kind of half.
We have the 25th, which is the Sunday before Bash in Berlin. Mm-hmm. And then we close out the month of August with Bash in Berlin.
All right. And before we kind of close out, there's a pay-per-view for WWE that is making a reemergence.
We'll come back to that.
Are you sure you don't want to at least announce what it is?
So for the first time in 27 years... And it's not going to be one of the big four, but we're still going to have a guest and our little historian in Desario.
Yes.
For Bad Blood coming to you October 5th.
And we'll talk more about it as we get closer. We'll kind of ask Desario just little tidbits of it here and there so we can drop that for you when we talk.
I was going to say they announced that during Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. Michael Cole did give us a brief summary on what that pay-per-view really meant.
we'll talk about that at a later date.
So we'll give those little tidbits, but again, Desario knows more.
A lot more of it.
A lot more than we did, because you weren't even born when the first one happened.
No, I was not.
I was like...
A
couple months.
A couple months, if that.
I was only a few months old.
So, we thank you guys for listening. As always, don't forget that we do have our fan mail open, so we'd love to hear from you guys. That concludes NXT Heatwave, and we will be back for the biggest event of the summer.
That also ends up being another... That one also has a very special tidbit for us.
Yes.
Twisted Death's birthday weekend for you.
That is.
For you, Mama Crossroads.
Yes. And then, since we will not be back until then, a happy birthday to two more of our, family here. And we did miss one on our last one. Happy birthday to Hex, to Cauldron, and Desario, who all have birthdays in the month of July.
Hex was...
The second.
Cauldron is the 21st. And I believe Desario's is the 26th. With another pretty big milestone for him. I'm going to be premature. Him and Nurse P, his wife, also celebrate their wedding anniversary on the 29th.
Well, congratulations to them. And with all of that, we bid you guys adieu. Laters.
Goodbye and good night.